Yeah. Right?
Oh, you got it in big in it. I forgot.
I do, so I can actually see it.
Do you like that fire, or
Can
do
we
you prefer
turn
that there's another fire?
the blindingness down? Possibly.
Guess so.
Because
remember, that's how bright it has to be during the day, because it has to fight with the sun.
I know, but we're not fighting with the sun. It's dark out.
No, the sun's still out there.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
no,
it is.
It's not.
Okay, then what's lighting up the sky? Meteorite?
My Christmas lights.
It should be amazing, because meteorites are what they're called, and they actually hit the ground, and you didn't correct me on that.
Because I'm used to you saying stupid crap all day.
Slipping.
Okay.
Shadow.
Anyways.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, people.
Space Coyote. Space Coyote.
The whole time Shannon wears it. That's how he talks.
Space Coyote.
Just
representing Space Coyote.
Such a dork. What do you think of how Dallas is doing right now?
Well, we know they can beat Nashville. And their next set is against Detroit. So they should be able to beat Detroit. The thing with Detroit is they have a very good work ethic. But I don't know if they can stop that Dallas power play. And Pavelski is playing out of his mind. So, yeah, Dallas looks really good right now.
Of course, Shannon wouldn't be wearing a Canucks jersey.
I wore one for the last video.
Well, and he won't wear it during the game because that would jinx it.
Yes.
Of course, because it jinxes the game if you wear
they can tell.
the jersey of the team unless you're at the game. And then if you're at the game, then you have to wear their jersey. Otherwise, that jinxes it. So
if you ask my little bobble-headed Brock, he'll nod his head and say, yes, that's what that does.
That makes sense, right? See? Totally.
This is my bobblehead Brock. I'm so happy I got this. $12 from the Canuck store, worth every penny.
Such a dork. Okay. That's going to get obnoxious
make him shake his head
so quick.
I can't make him shake his head. I can make him just wobble, but you can sit him on your shoulder. We get like a little magnet underneath here. Oh my
gosh. Like the porg.
We could put it on my shoulder here. And he could just agree with everything I say.
Isn't that right, Brock?
Bobby Brock. That's my Bobby Brock.
How do you think the Hawks are going to do overall this year?
Well, see, I know they've won their last couple of games, but I still think it's going to be a long year for Chicago. Suter looks pretty good. Kurashev's been taking his opportunities as well. Kane can only drag them so far, though. I still think they're out of the playoffs, but they're going to be competitive.
What did you think of the Laine Roslovic trade?
What did you think of it?
Lame.
She wasn't very happy.
No, I was not happy. I told them that I vetoed it.
I told you the day before it happened that it was going to happen.
And I said that I vetoed it.
Because I've been telling you, I don't think they're actually going to trade him. And I was like, they're going to trade him.
They didn't listen to me. So I think it's stupid.
I think it was a good deal for both because it gets disgruntled players out of locations that it just wasn't going to work.
Yeah, but if he's being all then might as well have him out. Right?
Yeah, there were some issues going on there.
Yeah, some of those interviews afterwards, they were like, okay, well, if he's going to be like that,
there were issues after.
Have him go.
It's like Leah Anderson with the Rangers. The reason Paul Yarby left the Oilers for a year. There's always stuff in the locker room, and it didn't sound like it was going to get fixed.
But I like Laine, so.
Oh, I like Laine too.
With NHL going to the USA Network and the possibility of a WWE crossover, what does this mean? The return of the Goon?
Okay, the guy who portrayed the Goon, I think, is still kicking. I would be very surprised if we saw any kind of major crossovers. I joked about it in the news of the day today, but I could see it happening. They'd have a cross promotion, but it'd be limited.
Recovered from the Jets game last night. That was terrible.
That was such a
oh my gosh,
real swing.
Yeah,
both
the last
ways.
Part of that game, I was actually
such a crazy
nervous.
Swing. And now tomorrow night you get to watch it again because they're playing the Oilers again. That one starts at 5.
Half a second.
Yep. And we knew when it went in. And they're like, we got to look on the replay. And you and I were both like, that's a goal. That was a goal.
It's gone.
What is your problem?
Anyways.
What is your damage?
Thoughts on Sorokin?
Sorokin's going to be fine. He was good last night. They just haven't scored a goal yet to support him, but he was fine last night. I thought he had a good game. He was just outdueled by Wedgwood. I think he'll be okay. Just the Islanders don't give him any goal support. Hey, kitty.
How is this guy going to watch 14 games?
13.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
not.
13 now because COVID.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not even going to try to get all 13 games going at the same time. It can't be done. More stats on the board tomorrow night, less notes because I can only take notes on certain games that I'm watching, and I'll just have to pick and choose which games I'm following more than others. And my biggest thing is that means I have to have 4 boards going at the same time. 4.
Which we did have the conversation this morning of how is this going to be possible?
I don't know how I'm going to have 4 boards I'm taking notes on at the same time and keep track of everything. So I'm going to do my best
because he's awesome.
I'm going to do my best. This is crazy. This is something usually during the regular season when they have a big busy day like this. It's on a weekend and it's all day, so I don't have to worry about 14 or 15 games at a time. But this year's just different. What?
Yeah, we do have a PO box
Dear Lord, now I have to pick you
Canada.
up.
It's in the description of every video. We do have one in the States, but we have no access to it.
I changed the description in
So
the
just so
videos
people
now, and
know.
we'll be changing the description here too to the new address.
Okay, we do. Yeah, we have a new PO box in the States because the American post office system.
Is this because I picked up your sister?
I'm pretty sure. I was telling my mom. I'm pretty sure they're
is?
trying to get all the Canadians to not be able to have a post office box anymore.
Is this what it is?
I didn't even tell you about my issues with them this morning. Holy crap, they're obnoxious.
With the post office?
Yeah. Trying to get it to forward to the new one.
They want you to come in?
No. They want you to use an American credit card for $1 something to verify that you're actually changing it. So we're back to the same problem of, but I don't have an American credit card. Well, you can pay by American check. How would I have an American check? Oh my gosh. Anyways.
For $1.
Right? Yeah. So.
That's insane.
Anyways. Are you getting the Caps jersey?
Yep.
Of course he is.
Yep. Ben's already got one. He knew they were coming in a while ago. I reported that he said there was a new Washington one coming in. He's already got one earmarked for me when it arrives. He's not sure when it's coming in, but it's probably in the next couple of weeks.
Yes. Only one game tonight. Stupid amount tomorrow.
Yep.
Is there a difference between Climalite and Arrow Ready with the Adidas jerseys?
I haven't really noticed. I mean, the new ones are all Arrow Ready. I think the Arrow Ready ones are a little lighter, but honestly, if you have one or the other, you don't really notice. I haven't really noticed a big difference, to be honest. They're very, very similar.
A preview video for tomorrow?
The preview video for tomorrow will go up first thing in the morning. I've already got the board made up for it.
Do the Leafs have another level to reach?
They have one. I mean, it's the thing I wonder about with Toronto is still the blue line. And I mean, Thornton's out for 4 weeks. We'll see how they respond with that. I'm glad people are finally figuring out how amazing Jack Campbell is. It's about time. I think they can be the best team in the North, but it is going to be interesting to see what happens at playoff time, because whichever team comes out of the North is going to have a lot of pressure. And yet the expectation is probably going to be that they'll likely lose to whoever comes out of the other 3 divisions, because Canadian teams haven't been that great when it comes to getting to semis and Stanley Cup finals for a while now.
Thoughts on Mikey Anderson, Elias Anderson, and Jarrett Anderson-Dolan, and the possibility of having to write that on one goal?
Anderson's picking it up. He was slow at the beginning for the Kings. He seems to be picking it up. Mikey Anderson's getting his opportunities. We'll see if he plays a lot. Anderson-Dolan I really haven't seen enough of.
There's some people saying there's not really a difference between the 2 jerseys.
I really haven't noticed.
Yeah.
These are all Arrow Ready now. The ones the first couple of years were Climalite. I don't notice a big difference.
Do you play hockey?
Nobody's playing it right now.
I know.
Not around here.
Play street hockey. There's lots of videos of us playing street hockey.
Yeah, I've got a whole playlist of street hockey, and I've got a new street hockey net. I'm all set to go.
We
have a set. We have two street hockey nets. We have all kinds of street hockey balls, extra hockey sticks, everything. We're not allowed to play locally yet.
Except for with our kids and
yeah. Yeah. Basically it's just within our own household we're allowed to play. And we'll set something up along those lines soon, I would think, one of the slower days once it warms up a little bit.
Can the Habs keep this pace up, and how do they do in the playoffs?
It'll be interesting to see with Montreal how they do against some of the other Canadian teams. They can beat Ottawa. They've proven they can beat Vancouver. We'll see how they do against Toronto in those 10 matchups. That's going to be huge. Winnipeg will be interesting too, to see how they do against Winnipeg, because they play a very similar style to the Jets. I don't know about being first, but they should be a playoff team with the way things are going right now.
Thoughts on Lafreniere having 0 points? Do you think Stutzel is better overall player?
Stutzel's had the better start so far. Lafreniere's getting some opportunities. I think he's going to end up getting pushed back down to a third or fourth line role for now. It's been a slow start. I could see Lafreniere by the time this season's over, the same, he's a bust like we heard about Jack Hughes. I think it's going to be a very similar story with Lafreniere this year that we had with Hughes last year.
When you say this guy, do you mean Shannon? Somebody wants to know how you sleep. Generally in a bed on his side.
Usually,
with cats piled on him.
On my left side. I can't sleep on my right side.
That's true. So
I
there
have
you
to
go.
Sleep on my left. And there's
somebody wanted to know.
There's a cat that's usually right here, right next to my face.
This
and then Shadow sleeps on my waist or in between my knees. So if I need to get up in the middle of the night, good luck.
Bad.
and when I get up in the morning, I'm usually weighed down by cat.
It's true. Be prepared for Shannon getting hopped up on lime coke and space coyote insanity peppers. Homer Simpson does the sports news. Do you have any more of the lime? I didn't think so. We don't have any more flavored drinks. I think it's all gone.
The lime coke is gone.
There's no more flavors.
I have to go back to Coke Zero. See, with Coke Zero, you can tell how much I like it because I only drink half the can and then I just throw it out. Because once the fizz has gone out of it, it's not even worth salvaging. It's not good. Whereas lime Coke, at least you still have the lime flavor in there.
Yes. Do you think the Jackets are back? They look like a new team versus Tampa the last game.
I'll be interested to see how things work out for Columbus with Roslovic. Roslovic is a much better player than you might think. If you look at the trade, Roslovic's kind of like mentioned like he's a throw-in. Roslovic is a very good player in his own right. I think that trade is going to work out really, really well for Columbus. I think both Columbus and Winnipeg are glad the trade is done because that's out of the locker room. That uncertainty is gone, and I think that will always help a team, regardless of what the reason was. It'll help the team.
Are you asking about the preview for today's games? If that's up.
Yeah, there was just the one game. And I talked about it in the news video this morning. So, because when it's just one game, there's no point in just putting a preview together just for that one game. Because it'd just be like 30 seconds of here you go, and then it's done. So I just threw it in with the news video.
Will Dobson end up as a top 2 NHL defenseman?
He'll be top 4. I mean, with the Islanders, he'd have to pass either Pelech or Pulock to get to the top 2. He's not going to be there for a while. But he is at least top 4, and he's producing points now, as expected.
How many cats do we have? Way too many.
4. 2 down here, 2 upstairs. That's generally the rule. So it still works out as like having 2. And then there's the bunny rabbit.
Except for at night when
in the house.
Most of them are downstairs.
Yeah.
We both have 2 cats that follow each of us. It's kind of funny.
Yes. So. Yes. The only time I see Pixel now is when Yvonne's down here. And then Pixel sort of wanders in. But as soon as she leaves, the funny thing is there's times where you go upstairs and she doesn't realize because she's gone to get food. Then she comes out and she looks around and then she runs like, oh, she's gone. Where'd she go? So, yeah.
We both have cat shadows.
Yeah. Oh, and Bear freaks out if I leave the room.
Like meows, like
if she's
totally
sleeping, and she wakes up and sees that I'm not in the room. She starts crying like a newborn baby when they can't see their mother.
It's obnoxious.
It is so loud and ridiculous. You think she's dying.
Yes. Or when we go to bed. Oh my gosh.
There are times where I come in here to do videos and she's howling in there for me to come back to bed. And I'm like, no, we're in here now. And then she comes toddling and like, fine.
She's a spoiled princess.
She is not.
She is absolutely a spoiled princess.
Are you spoiled princess?
Yeah.
You're a spoiled princess, are you?
With
No.
Boyd, Anderson, and Barabanov. Barabanov. Okay. Enos doesn't really make sense to claim, right?
No. I don't think the Leafs are in a position to claim anybody unless they decide that they want to claim somebody for while Thornton's out. But I think with the forward depth they have, I don't think there's any point making a claim.
I feel Irisman will be more patient with Raymond and Cedar with the way Cedar's been playing in the SHL. I feel he's NHL ready right now, but can't come over because of the SHL rules.
The feeling on Cider is he's going to come over and play when their season's done, which is supposed to be, I think it's early March that their season's done. I would expect Cider to be in the Wings lineup as soon after that as possible. Raymond, probably waiting until next year.
Vegas is better than Chicago this year. Agree?
I don't think there's anybody who wouldn't agree with that. But we won't know because they never play each other. They're in different divisions.
That is true. It makes it tricky.
And as destinations for tourism, I'll go ahead and say Vegas is probably better than Chicago as well.
Why does
Vegas is made that way?
Jersey look blue? Because purple is very hard for cameras to capture. It is most definitely purple in person. It doesn't look at all blue.
The hat looks more purple than the jersey on the camera. I don't know why that is.
It's weird. Very purple.
Different fabric.
It's not blue at all. But cameras always have trouble picking up purple.
Yeah.
That's why people always comment on my hair looking pink. It's not. But
yeah, it does look pink on there.
I know. Yeah, it looks super pink.
What did you do to your hair?
Not,
why is it pink on the camera? Who are you? What'd you do with my wife? It's like this mirror thing. Are you a vampire? Vampire's hair's turned from purple to pink.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I'm not sparkly, so.
Oh, God, not one of those stupid vampires. Never cheered for Blade so hard in my life as when I watched Twilight. Where's Blade when you need him?
Okay. Where does Ross fit in Columbus? He's good, but if they can keep up last game, I'm not sure where he fits. Line A, you make room. Ross, I'm not so sure.
Roslovic will be I'll say third line center to start with. It may push Riley Nash out of the lineup. Either push Nash down out of the lineup altogether or move him over to the wing. You definitely have, with Stenlund and Gerby, you have two guys that were in the lineup in the last game that could come out. Gerby probably comes out before Stenlund. Stenlund, I thought, had a really good game. And then Roslovic fits in there. The problem is, of course, with Line added as well, then both of them come out. But Roslovic can play the wing as well. He doesn't have to play the center spot, but I think they're going to put him at center, probably third line.
Is Bufflin ever going to come back?
Nope. He's done. He's done. It's been a year and a half. If he had any desire to play hockey, he would have been working out. He'd be on the ice. He hasn't been.
Why do I like the Jets in the Wild? Because they're awesome.
Craziness.
Because they're awesome. That's why. No, ever since I was little, I always chose the team that I would root for a game based on goalie helmets. I used to go to a lot of hockey games when I was younger, and I wouldn't necessarily know the teams. It was just like, here's a hockey game, we're going to go to it. So I would pick because of the goalies' helmets, because that's the important part of a hockey game. And I really liked the Wilds and Jets, the logos and the jerseys and all of that. So
how are you?
Then I started liking them. So there you go. That's why.
See, I moved that for Shadow again, so now Shadow's got the stool back. He's very happy with the stool.
Now he can poke you.
Yeah.
It's right at your level.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's why he likes it, because then he's higher up.
Yeah. My girlfriend Lexi's birthday is today, and she puts up with me watching you all the time. Can you do me a favor and wish her happy birthday?
Lexi, your boyfriend's awesome. He watches this channel. That makes him great. That means he's a keeper. It means he's fantastic.
You're supposed to tell her happy birthday, not tell her how awesome he is.
Happy birthday, Lexi.
That's what she wants.
You didn't let me finish. I hope you can have the wedded bliss we have. Stop cutting me off.
Your boyfriend's awesome.
Well, yeah. And she's probably pretty cool because she's with him, right? So happy birthday. Congratulations on the gift that you have, which is your boyfriend who watches me. Ipso fatso, I'm right.
Okay. What made Oh my goodness.
Bourrier.
Salming, so good. Any present day comparison towards his style of play? Possible career video?
Salming was really good at both ends of the rink. Very smart defenseman, which helped when he got older. So it's the intelligence factor and the ability to think the game that decides how long you're going to be in it. Because when your skating goes, that's what'll decide whether or not a GM still wants to give you a shot. Modern day comparison, I want to say like Ryan Suter, somebody who can eat up minutes, play at both ends of the rink, and be effective for a long time. I could do a Salming video at some point. He's a Hall of Famer.
Super chat? Okay, I'll read this one and I'll look see if I can find it. Also, with Columbia being Columbus, I'm guessing Columbus being Columbus, how is Jarmo not in the running for GM of the year every year? Also, I'm pretty sure he used to be an assassin.
He has the look of one.
Oh, right. Okay, I'll look.
Yarmo, I think that
one.
His as a GM, he's pretty good. I've had him. I believe I had him in the ranked near the top. Was he in the top 10 this year? He is underrated because he's from Columbus, and that's just the reality of it. I also think that happens with Tortorella. I think he was underrated last year as a coach too. He got more out of that team than he should have. And with the amount of people that they lost that year, they did better than they should have, which should have got more votes for Kekalainen. And it's just part of being from Columbus.
Yes, the jersey and hat are the exact same shade of purple. They match very well.
Yep.
And the Kings definitely wore purple.
Yep.
It's not blue. Bunch of delusional people calling it forum blue. Anyways,
no, purple.
It's very purple. Are you going to do a video on Colorado's slow start and the issues they are having out of the gate?
After tomorrow night's game, because they're playing at home against San Jose. If they struggle in that one, yeah, I can take a look through their games. And I mean, I think it'll work itself out. It's like last night against Anaheim. They played well. They just couldn't beat Gibson.
Does Winnipeg's center and defensive depth look better with Peel?
What? Just saying hi.
Oh, is that how you usually say hi?
I know. They kicked me out of the DMV.
Okay. Anyways, does their defensive depth look better with PLD, Stanley, Anola, and Samberg? Hello from Winnipeg.
I know Samberg hasn't gotten any games yet, which has some people upset with Maurice. Makes sense, though. There's a lot of teams keeping the young kids out, and I think it's just this schedule is so hectic. So there's games every other day that they're relying on veteran players rather than the young kids. It's different than your regular schedule. Winnipeg's depth on the blue line is pretty darn good, but you don't want to rush Heinola. You don't want to rush Samberg. And with the season being as it is, you're going to see more of the veteran players than you would otherwise.
Hold on. Okay. There we go. Caught up. Is Davis Quinn on the hot seat if they keep losing?
Oh, Quinn with the Rangers? Yeah, probably. But if the Rangers fall out and if they look really bad, and right now they're 1-3-1, that may affect the GM's job more than the coaches. It's like Brian Burke always says, as a GM, you get to bring in one coach and then your job's on the line. So it may be both of them that are in danger if the Rangers regress this year.
Just found this channel. Can't stop watching. Go Sharks.
Thank you. There is actually no way to stop watching. It's the Hotel California of YouTube channels.
The song's so irritating.
No, it's not. It's fantastic.
What's with the cat? What do you mean, what's with the cat?
She's
this
sleeping.
One? She's cute. Isn't she cute?
She's sleeping.
You're welcome. You get to watch a cat sleep. Can't see the other one because he's right behind me. I'm blocking
I'll get
kitty
the remotes
view.
out of you. Go ahead. The remotes were underneath you. Don't glare at me like that. Be nice.
What are your thoughts on Scott Darling
boy.
signing a PTO with Rockford? Do you think he'll ever get another shot in the NHL?
He's done in the NHL. That ship has sailed. He may very well have some good starts with the AHL. He may end up being a half decent AHL 1A, 1B option. His days as an NHL goalie, though, are done.
How long until the Blackhawks are competitive again?
It could be as soon as next year. This year without Doc, with this whatever's wrong with Jonathan Taves, it's just they're not going to be able to compete in that division. But they should be able to get a good draft pick. We'll see how the draft works this year. And then next year they should be mildly reloaded. At least Lankinen's looked good the last couple of games.
Thoughts on Ulevy so far?
Ulevy is he's okay. He's okay on the third pairing. I don't know that there's the upside there. I want to be optimistic with Ulevy, but I think he's a fill-in defenseman until they either add somebody else or until next season. And then we hopefully start to see some upgrades.
Honest thoughts on Kings with Carter, Quick, and Kopitar all being very good, and the slower Velarde start compared to last 10 games.
I'm not worried about Velarde. Velarde's still generating a lot of opportunities. His line's driving the play. He does have his defensive liability, which is why his plus minus is on the negative side. Kopitar and Carter, those two guys especially, it looks like they're really feeding on the amount of downtime they had, the amount of time they had to heal up and come back. And they look great. They look absolutely fantastic. Carter, I haven't seen him this fast on the ice in years. This looks like the old Jeff Carter. So the 10 months off definitely helped those guys.
Space Coyote is the best coyote.
No argument there. I love the Space Coyote.
For the love of God, can Yzerman just fire Jeff Blashill? Losing to Chicago shouldn't happen this year.
I don't get the feeling that there's any danger of Blashill being fired this season. I think it's after this season. We'll see if they make any kind of move, but it doesn't feel like there's any danger of that right now.
I just got a Lion Jets jersey for $65.
You didn't read that other one above it.
Didn't I?
Nope.
Oh, I thought I did.
Nope.
Okay. Well, good for you. I got a Lion jersey too. Matthew Tkachuk is not a dirty player. The only thing dirty about him are his hands. So many people overreacting to tough players these days.
The thing with Tkachuk, he plays on the line. He does cross it. He does. But with how physical he is, it's just the nature of the game. There are other players in the league that have that same thing where they're always right on that line and you're going to cross it at times. Tom Wilson in Washington, he's going to cross that line at times. Power forwards are known for that. And that goes back to the 80s. I mean, even, I love Cam Neely. Most people do, but even in his time, there were some hits he threw that by today's standards, people would definitely do a double take about. I don't like the way he landed on Campbell, but I didn't see the intent that other people did. But again, I know Tkachuk's one that really triggers some people.
Why do you think the Habs are doing so much better?
Playing the Canucks helps. They are undefeated in regulation in their last 12 against the Canucks. So that definitely helps. The Canucks don't play them well. It's just a bad matchup. And then, Edmonton, just the defense wasn't there. We'll see how it goes during the rest of the season. It feels like Montreal has a really good handle on the other Canadian teams. It would be completely different, I think, if we were all 31 teams, regular divisions. But it's like I said before the season started, all you have to do is be better than 7 teams, or in Canada's case, be better than 6 teams. And right now, Montreal's been better.
Love from New Brunswick. Go, Sens, go.
Thank you. You're up late. Well, not that well. Yeah, it's about 10 o'clock.
Late.
About 10 o'clock.
Not everybody turns into a pumpkin at 10 o'clock.
Oh, we're usually in bed watching TV at 10 o'clock.
Depending on games.
Yeah, true. True. Well, it won't be tomorrow night because it's
right?
Tomorrow night's gonna be crazy. That review video is gonna be in about an hour.
It's gonna be long.
It's gonna be about an hour.
Yeah. Love to hear your take on unsung heroes of the NHL. Cliff Ronning recently. Josh Levo stand out on the Canucks. Some of my favorite players have been unsung heroes.
Oh, absolutely. I've done videos on unsung heroes from each
them,
team,
yeah.
and I've always been a big fan. Like when Josh Levo, when that jersey was half price on the Canucks store, I grabbed it because I was like, Josh Levo is exactly the kind of player I want. The one jersey I don't have in my collection yet is a Cliff Ronning skate jersey. I would really like to have a Ronning skate jersey because he was sort of my hero growing up because he was undersized and he overachieved at the NHL level. He wasn't supposed to be that good at the NHL level. He was great. And there's definitely a lot of unsung heroes. You look at the Senators right now. Nick Paul. Nick Paul's their unsung hero.
How have the Bruins' young defense held up so far?
They've been good. And the thing with Boston, I still have the same concern with Boston I've had, which is the offense from the blue line. It started to pick up. Sporel has been better the last few games. McAvoy's finally got on the score sheet. Lauzon's on the score sheet. Maybe that's starting to pick up. But I still have concerns about the offense from the blue line. But defensively, they're good.
Thoughts on Byram so far? He's done some great stuff.
He's a kid. He's gonna make his share of mistakes out there. But yes, he's very good. And he does project to have similar upside to Cale Makar. They have an incredibly solid and talented young blue line in Colorado.
Who do you think is winning the Calder?
Man, Ty Smith out of New Jersey looks really good right now. But I'm going to stick with Kaprizov. I think Kaprizov from Minnesota, I think he's looked really good. He's older, definitely more NHL ready than some of the others. And he's just a really smart player.
Long-time listener, first-time live streamer. Do you think Nate Schmidt's personality fits in with the Canucks locker room?
Yes. I mean, I talked about it in the Canucks video today. I think part of what hurt them is that they've got some new guys on the team and there wasn't a full training camp. They didn't have a preseason to get things straightened out. So a lot of the stuff that you would straighten out in exhibition games, they had to do it during the regular season. So the question then becomes one of, once they get it all straightened out, can they turn it around? I think Nate Schmidt will be fine. It's a matter of new surroundings. He was very surprised to come to Vancouver, is my guess. Even though there were rumors as soon as Pietrangelo signed there, I'm sure he was planning on being a Vegas Golden Knight for a long time.
So glad there's a live stream. I needed it today. Lost a family member. That's too bad.
My condolences. What is Shadow up to?
How many kids do we have? Too
7.
many? Yeah, we have too many kids. That's how many.
Leave her alone.
Are you going to watch tonight's game? Is Shannon going to watch a hockey game?
I'm watching hockey games for 116 straight days.
Crazy's going to watch the hockey game. That's what he does.
I am home for 116 nights in a row to watch hockey. And then we got 2 nights off. And then the playoffs are supposed to start.
So Shannon's going anywhere anyways.
No, we really haven't.
Even back when we used to go places, he'd watch most of the games. Like almost the whole games, even when we were going places. Today, last year, this time, we were at our last meetup. Did you guys realize that? Our last meetup was a year ago today. Isn't that sad? That's sad.
You dare. You get up there.
Time for the Blues to look for another backup goalie.
I don't think so. Husso's only played one game. Husso's only played the one game. I thought he had a decent first period and then things went south on him, but it's only one game.
Do you drink while you watch hockey? He drinks soda.
Soda, not alcohol.
I
really don't drink alcohol.
We really don't.
Even on New Year's, I thought about it and then I didn't.
We really don't. That would make it more difficult for him to do all of the
notes.
Stupid amount of note taking.
He'd start sort of going off.
And then doing a review afterwards. And
yeah, I couldn't do a bunch of videos if I've been drinking. It's no way.
It's like his version of he's working. So
yeah, it's just not going to work.
Not really an alcohol drinker.
Shadow was trying to go back upstairs to get her again as soon as I come in here. I thought,
he was.
What's he doing? So yeah, he was going right back upstairs to get her again.
Sounds accurate.
Lily Bell's just sitting on the landing looking at me like.
Thought on the NWHL bubble. Who is your team?
I'd probably lean towards the Boston Pride. And you know, I mean, they've had a good relationship in Boston.
Did I miss a super chat?
I know the Toronto Six are garnering a lot of attention. When I was in the live stream for the Toronto Minnesota game the other night, there were 6,000 people in the chat. So it's generating interest. My team would be the Boston Pride.
Time for the Blues to look for another backup goalie. I already read that, didn't I? Okay,
did.
Somebody said I missed one. Good. Oh, career of Jimmy Howard video in the future.
At some point, yes.
There we go. There's the one I missed.
Yep.
No.
Do you drink while I do videos?
I drink my tea.
Do you drink and think about how much you miss your husband?
Super chats because it jumps around. So thanks for pointing that out to me.
No, way to go.
What are you putting on me? Oh, is that your poster you got?
Poster, singular.
Right? I see it. He didn't even show me what it was or tell me what it was.
Oh.
Do you think Brad Marchand should have been made assistant captain?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was offered it and said no. I think Marchand is a voice in the locker room. I think he's a veteran presence that guys listen to, but he doesn't strike me as a guy that cares if he gets an A on his jersey. So, mildly surprised, not entirely surprised though. There's a lot in here. I didn't order that many, did I? Okay, so
Darcy Rhoda. Oh, it's the hockey guy. I'll send him a few more.
Oh yeah, Chris Odlifson. I ordered that one. I don't remember.
We don't say a boot. It's about.
One. I have this one. I did not order this one. I didn't order this one. They threw this one in.
Oh, do you have that one?
I have that one. It's right there.
I was like, you have a Horvat? Yeah, you do.
I have this one. Yeah, I didn't order this one either.
They're like, we need to get rid of some of these posters.
They have stacks of these.
He's the only one that buys them.
Stacks of them. There's Quinn Hughes. That's my third Quinn Hughes. I only ordered 2 of them. I'm like, why are there so many?
Give those to Gabriel.
Yes.
He'd get a kick out of that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why are there so many? I didn't order 5. I didn't drunkenly order a whole bunch. I'll take the whole thing.
Hear your American accent.
I have an American accent?
You can speak American. You can. You definitely turn down
during videos.
Yes, you turn down the Canadian.
During videos, I do.
And then you have to say what are those words that they say different? Decal.
Well, yeah, there are Canadian words that throw it away.
No, they say decal. Decal. What are the other American words?
I don't know. I mean, there's parts of the States too where instead of roof, it's roof.
Oh yeah,
I know rough. In Seattle you get that with rough.
The crick.
Yeah,
crick.
Yeah.
There's what is it? How do they say it? Window seal. There's a few of them. I don't know. What exactly is an American accent? There are a ton of different American accents. It's the same Canadians don't have that many. There's
a very, very small difference between the way that we speak here and the way that it's spoken on the other side of the border. And when I did tech support for Americans, I wouldn't even notice it until I got home and listened to my ex and the kids, and I'd be like, that's a Canadian accent. That is so weird. And I would just like listen to it for 5 or 10 minutes and then it would go away because I just assimilate back into it. But there's definitely small differences.
Yeah. How we pronounce the OU and OW are the big ones.
Yeah. That's hilarious that they threw in some extra posters.
Probably because nobody else buys them. They know that you're the only person that buys. You can't see it. Behind the camera, there is a wall of
Well, Canucks I was going to make Canuck videos with that, but then people got mad and said, it's not the Canuck guys, so I stopped. But at some point, I'll do Canuck videos
People
again.
Get all pissy about all sorts of stupid crap.
So...
Okay, yeah. Decal. That's right.
No, that's not decal. It's decal.
That's how you speak American.
Decals.
Do you think the Canucks can beat the Sens?
They can. But the Canucks can beat Montreal, and they didn't. And this is the thing that's been frustrating. They can win games that they're not winning right now. And they've got to straighten that up because you do not have the amount of time in between games you normally would to straighten that out.
The letter Z is also different in the USA, right?
Right.
Yeah, Z. They call it a Z.
Yeah. I will not call it a Z because I'm not a monster.
No, that's just weird.
It's a Z.
He gets the posters from the Canuck store.
Yep, they're $5 each on the Canuck store. And I think half the money from them was supposed to be going to Canuck for Kids. I don't know if there's still 50-50 between the store and the Canucks for Kids, but I know they were. But now they're all half price. They're all $5 each.
Who says Decal right? Canadians? I know, right? I don't know. Possible part 2 of Harold Ballard video. My dad gave up on the Leafs in the 80s because of him. There's more that I can talk about with Ballard. At some point, yeah.
especially once we get to the off season. Yeah, I probably can come up with enough.
Oh, in some parts, people say window instead of window. There's a lot of words. They skip part of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
But if you go to Ontario, there's parts of Ontario that the accent's different too.
Yeah.
Like the way they talk on Letterkenny, that's a bit of a different accent than what we have here too.
Little bit, not much though. Even though they're all from here.
I know.
But they
But
try,
they have
they
that
try and
rural-
pretend they're not.
That rural slang that gets in there.
They're all from Vancouver. Currently
yeah.
losing a Tim Hortons versus Duncan battle here in Utica. Tim's for life.
Tim's is great. Although on the American side, it's different.
Yeah.
What?
Pardon
You
me.
don't
I
miss
know. I have to, but do we live in Canada?
Yep.
Last I checked.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Which explains the Canadian accent. Okay, Shannon.
What?
Do you need
What?
to give those to me?
Read the
I
chat.
can't because someone
Read the
personal
chat.
space.
I like your personal space. Okay. All right, there you go.
2 meters, mister.
Not in this house.
2 meters.
There's nowhere 2 meters for me to go.
2 meters. Okay. Where are we? Hold on. I know it. He made me skip over one. So
Yeah, there's one in there. You missed it.
I know it was Shannon's fault. So
That's some
blame
terrible
him.
moderation.
Thoughts
your
on the
part.
new caps alternates? I like them, but I'm underwhelmed compared to the reverse retros. They're only wearing the reverse retros for 4 games, and these for 7.
I like them. I think I like them more than the Winter Classic they had a few years ago. I know you really like that Winter Classic though. The red one?
Caps?
No, the red
Oh, the
Winter
red one.
Classic
I do like that one. Yeah.
with the old-fashioned looking
Yes.
Washington.
Yes. That's one of my
To me, what it
favorites now.
feels like is that they took the Caps jersey that was a disaster
That one's so
and
ugly.
they fixed it. To me, it looks like they took the Caps jersey and they fixed it. They made the striping cleaner on the bottom and they added a better logo. But the shoulder is still white. The color, I think all the colors are the same as they were for the Caps jersey. It's just better than Caps because Caps it's not great. I have it because of course I do. Why wouldn't I have it? But it's not a great jersey.
I wish it was one of your cats just chilling all day watching hockey.
I don't know about chilling. She's freaking out all the time. She has 2 states,
We have
sleeping
cat
or panicked.
weirdos.
She's either sleeping or she's panicked. That's it. There's no in between with Bear.
She meows all the time.
Sleeping or panicked. Like if I walk out of this room and she thinks I might be going to the kitchen, she'll be at my feet begging for food. She was begging for food last night at 1 a.m.
Oh my gosh. She had food. She just wanted new food.
Yep.
Because she's a princess.
So she
Again.
knew where the food was. So she kept looking in the bag and looking at me. It's right in here. If you could just get me more.
Thoughts on the Pens this year?
They're looking good. The one thing you have to watch with Pittsburgh is they've had to rely on comebacks a lot. That works pretty well early in the season. Traditionally, that becomes more problematic as the season goes along. So as long as they're able to jump out to some early leads and have leads to protect, they should be fine. I've said the whole way through, I never bet against Pittsburgh. I don't like betting against Pittsburgh. And I think I did for this year when it came to making the playoffs, but I did it with my gritted teeth and all that. They always find a way.
Do you think if Jack Eichel picks up his goal scoring that the Sabres would be in a better position than we are now? Also, does the defense need help?
Eichel's playing just fine. The goals will come. Really with Eichel, it's been a matter of he goes into beast mode at least once or twice a game where you can't get him off the puck. And as long as he's doing that and you're seeing that every game, he'll be fine. The goals will come. I think they'll be fine. Their defense, I mean, I'm kind of torn on it, but if Miller's going to start picking it up, and I know Colin Miller can be a very good defenseman, they're going to be okay.
Do you think the Canucks can turn this around and make the playoffs?
Making the playoffs is going to be tough because Toronto looks excellent. Montreal looks excellent. We know Edmonton's likely going to pick this up. Calgary, they've looked really pretty strong for the early part of the season. Notice Shadow's not here.
I was just going to say, where's Shadow?
He went upstairs to pick a fight with Lilybell.
Lilybell.
And then you've got Winnipeg, and Winnipeg looks pretty good to start the season too. So they have to be ahead of everybody but 3 of the teams I just mentioned. I can't see them catching that. They could, but personally, I don't think it's going to happen. And I think that fans are going to be upset when when it doesn't happen.
Any idea on making a trip to Boston after COVID?
It'll be, if it happens, it would be
That'd be a while.
2022 at the earliest.
Remember, we have children. Lots of children.
Yep. So
Way too many
2022 at the earliest.
Even if we wanted to just go on a trip, we can't just go. We have kids.
Yep.
It doesn't work like that.
Yep.
Game prediction for tonight's game.
I think it'll be close. I think that, they're both going to be tired. It might be a bit of a slow start. I don't think Ottawa has any pressure. The fact Ottawa doesn't have any pressure, I think they can win the first one in Vancouver, and then it's going to be up to them to bounce back for games 2 and 3. But yeah, I would not be surprised if Ottawa wins it tonight. Probably a close game, though, maybe an overtime win. But I do get the feeling that with Ottawa not having that pressure, I think that gives them an advantage.
St. Louis has an attractive roster on paper. When chemistry clicks, how dangerous can they be through the season and playoffs?
Well, they have to play better than they did last night. The one thing that alarms me with St. Louis early is consistency. The consistency just hasn't been where you want it to be for a team that's going to potentially contend for a Stanley Cup. The game against Colorado was abysmal. And then last night against LA, that wasn't a very good game either. So that's 2 out of their first 6 that were bad starts. They do have to keep that down.
I cannot read all of the questions. If you
can.
Notice, I don't stop ever asking questions.
Answer all of them. You could answer them all too.
If people are rude about it, I will intentionally not read those questions. Lisa tells people and Lars not to use all caps because I will not read them if they're all in caps. I also will not read them if they have a bunch of emojis on them.
Sam, I am.
I have 3 children that I have to listen to whine and complain all day. I'm not doing it on a chat stream too.
Years back,
doing it.
Years back, if my daughter was going to text me and she wanted me to answer her text, she had to write full words. I told her, if you use just letters as words, any of that crap, I will not answer you. I want proper sentences with grammar and full words. And she hated that. She's like, well, I'm like, no, you need to show me you're learning something in school. I don't want to see a bunch of just letters in place of words.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I can't read all of the questions. It's not possible. Sorry if you think your question's
There's only 900 people in the chat.
Getting that one. But
you imagine 900 people just in front of me all asking me questions, and then you have to filter them, and then
I try my best to get a bunch of different people.
Does.
And so what do you think Nashville needs to do better to win games? Also, keep doing what you're doing, Shannon. I'm loving the vids.
Thank you. Nashville, their penalty kill's been atrocious. Dallas has been good on the power play. They honestly, it's been way too easy. That defense has got to get better. It's been a rough start for Saros so far as well. There are some troubling trends right now if you are the Preds. So they need to fix that. Offensively, I think they'll be fine. Arvidsson's playing very well. Forsberg's look good early too.
Is the arrogance and holier-than-thou attitude of Oilers ownership management the reason why they are incapable of building a true contender? Who asks for a trade first, McDavid or Draisaitl?
I don't think either of them will end up asking for a trade. I think with Edmonton, I think the change in culture going over to Ken Holland, I think that'll be a huge boost to that team. And I think we're starting to see the benefits of that, even though they're a little bit below 500 right now. Puljujarvi spends a year away from the team, decides to come back and play, and he's playing well. Under old management, I don't know that relationship gets fixed. I don't know that they don't just trade Puljujarvi just to get rid of him, get back a mid-round draft pick, and end up regretting it later. Ken Holland is known for his patience, sometimes to a fault, but at least the loyalty's there too, and again, sometimes to a fault. I think with Ken Holland and Dave Tippett, I think they're in the right hands.
We do have awesome mods. Agreed.
Yes.
He didn't really like that I read his comment and commented about it. Okay. Think Laine gets traded again, or leave the off season?
No, he's got a good relationship with Kekalainen, and he's saying all the right. If
He's a good player too.
And if he's legit and Columbus is legit about how they feel about him, I think it should be fine. The one thing that may be a problem is money. That's the one thing that could get in the way. But I don't think it's going to be Columbus that gets in the way, or I don't think Kekalainen would have acquired him.
Might have just needed a change. That can be. Oh, Canada. Our maple syrup is nice, and Canadian bacon isn't that bad. We don't have Canadian bacon. Then there's Connor McDavid, Wayne Gretzky, and Sidney Crosby.
Why are you so stinky?
We don't have Canadian bacon. We have ham, though. Ham's pretty good.
You're stinky.
The kids thought it was really funny. We watched, what show is it? Some cartoon, and they went to Canada, or there was a Canadian hockey team or something, they made the joke of, say, Canadian bacon, and they all went, ham. The kids thought that was so funny, because there's no such thing.
Don't look at me like that. I feel heartbroken. You're stinky.
Capitals' third jersey reaction.
I like it. Immediately, I took that link and sent it to Ben. I said, so this is the third that you were wondering about? Because he had told me, remember? He said, I got a new Capitals jersey coming in. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So he messaged me back and said, yeah, and don't worry about it. I've already got a 46 with your name on it. So that's arriving soon. And he had soon in quotes because he just basically doesn't know until a box arrives what it's going to be, when he's going to get it. He makes orders, and sometimes it might be months late when he gets what he's looking for.
No, I'm not grumpy. I just don't put up with people's crap. You realize that we read online comments all day long. And yeah, we don't.
And you're a mother of three.
Yeah, like I said, I'm also dealing with 3 children, 4 children. I don't put up with people's crap online either.
Look, I may have jumped out to scare you 3 times today, but you can't tell me that I'm one of the kids, because that's not fair. I even made a point when you came home with the groceries of going out to scare you
and not help get the groceries, and to point out. Weren't you out here to help me bring the groceries in?
That's why we have kids.
No, it was just to startle me. Okay,
the kids are for helping with the groceries. So I'm there to frighten you and just to keep you on your toes. Because some night we're going to get invaded by ninjas, and you're going to be like, I am so glad that Shannon's jumped at me out of the dark so many times. I'm ready for ninjas.
Adelaide wants to train to be a ninja.
I know. I made that joke the other night. That she was going to get like ninja karate lessons, and she was like,
"No, don't tell her that. She wants ninja lessons."
I told her instead of Girl Guides, we were putting her in ninja karate lessons, and her eyes went wide.
Yeah, she wants ninja lessons. Don't tell her. Oh my gosh.
Well, you get to break her heart then. I'm not going to do it.
Shannon, she's such a brat.
I didn't know she'd want ninja lessons.
You didn't? How did you not? Do you not remember what she asked for Christmas?
Was it ninja throwing stars?
She wanted a ninja outfit, and I told her, I'm not making you black pants.
Oh, I can get her a ninja outfit.
Sure, you can. No.
I can find her a ninja outfit.
No ninja outfit. Oh my goodness.
No, that's a really good idea.
What about the reverse Whalers jersey? Oh, Shannon loves the Whalers jersey.
Yeah, that one's fantastic. The reverse retros, it's interesting to me because a lot of them are really, really well done. So when I do a countdown this summer, don't be surprised when reverse retros are pretty high up in that countdown because they look really good. I'm really, really happy with the reverse retros.
Lisa entertains me. People are just read online. People are
ninja costume.
They're kind of jerks. You guys don't even see all the jerky comments because we delete them.
What kind of ninja costume would she want?
No, she doesn't need a ninja costume.
Sure she does. What about this?
I deserve a raise after this? I know, right?
20%. What about this? Would she like that?
Oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. No, she doesn't need it.
That's not what I asked. Would she like it?
Audition to be the Canucks goalie. He's not tall enough.
No, me as a goalie would not work. I don't even do goalie when we do the street hockey because no.
No.
I've never, I mean, I used to play street hockey when I was a teenager and I used to play goal, but that was because we rotated and eventually it was everybody's turn. I wasn't bad at it, but yeah, no.
Have we ever had a package stole off our porch? Nope.
No, we're in a pretty good neighborhood. We haven't had that problem.
We are in a safe neighborhood, and we have cameras. So
yeah. So smile for the camera because we have cameras. Oh,
Alton Brown has streams with no mods. I know I've watched his streams before. He doesn't really read the comments section though.
Yeah.
At all.
There's other channels too that don't read the comment section.
Yeah, most live streams I've seen, they really
don't
read
bigger channels generally just read super chats
section.
or don't read this comment section at all.
Yeah, which I mean I totally get, but
okay, so what size would she want?
Canada is
do you know,
safe neighborhood.
Do you know her
really,
measurements?
Yeah, she wears like.
What's her height?
Short.
Is she 4 foot tall?
In centimeters or in inches? Does it have inches then?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember what she's in inches.
All right, so small then.
Probably.
Okay. See?
She wears size tiny.
And it's a mask too, so she's all set.
How tall are you? Short.
Wait,
somebody wants to know how. I saw somebody earlier asking how old you were. He's really tall. He's like 7 foot tall.
I'm really tall and really old.
Super tall.
Or really young and really not tall.
Yeah. The preview is in with the news of the day.
Yeah, I did it with the news of the day because there's only one game tonight. So separate videos, if there's 2 or less games in the NHL, there's really not much point in posting a separate video. I learned that a long time ago.
The Pittsburghese dialect. I don't know that I'm very familiar with.
I think Pittsburgh's similar to Boston. I want to say similar to Boston.
Quebec needs a team.
Yeah, they do.
Canadians. I skipped a question. What question? Hold on.
What did you do?
Apparently I missed one. I do miss them sometimes because, especially when there's people spamming the chat and then it skips over.
Why are questions. You spamming the chat?
Oh, it's not me.
Is she a large 4 to 6X? Would 4 to 6X fit her?
No. Nothing X fits her. She's a string bean.
But 3T to 4T isn't going to fit her either.
She fits 4T. She's just too tall. Toronto is basically an American city, yes or no? No.
No. No, I mean, it's a big city, so you have big city problems, but it's not an American city.
Definitely not. There is a difference between Canada and the States. There are some huge differences. There are definitely similarities, but there are huge differences. Did I get them all now? This is far up as it would let me go. Did you see the Caps' third jersey? Yep.
We saw that. I showed it to Yvonne immediately because that's what I do when I see new jerseys. So I point them out to my wife immediately.
He did.
That's what it's for.
Have you guys ever been to Pittsburgh? Nope.
Are we getting into the have you gone to?
If the question is, have we ever been to? The answer is probably no. Like affordable healthcare. You know, that makes a huge difference. It really, really, really does. I know a lot of Americans don't think so, but there's a huge difference when you don't have to worry about, well, I'm sick, but am I sick enough to have to pay this much? So, huge difference. Do you wish Vancouver would have done more to keep Toffoli?
I talked in the video about this today. I understand why they didn't. They couldn't. They didn't have the money. Virtanen's not off to a fast start, so Virtanen's the obvious target for the ire of the fans right now. But they really were in a corner, and this is where it gets tough because it's hard not to criticize Benning. They were in a corner when it came to the salary cap that they needed to get themselves out of, that Benning created. So that's the issue. They really couldn't keep him. I understand why they couldn't, but the cap problem is of Benning's creation.
Is Alex Lafreniere a bust?
6 games into his career.
Jump in that.
We can't discuss busts until a guy's at least 24 or 25. I mean, it's
gotta let him play a little bit.
Yeah, some are slower to develop. Remember, the first year Stamkos was in the league, he looked like terribly overmatched. He looked terribly overmatched for the first 20 games. And then they found out Barry Melrose was the problem. To get rid of Melrose, next thing you know, it gets better. And Stamkos has been pretty good throughout his career. So it's a little early to write off Lafreniere.
Do we miss American Walmart? I don't like American Walmart. I very rarely go there. They don't have very good selection unless you want alcohol and guns.
We went to Winco more than Walmart.
Like any of my cards, so
Winco was better than Walmart.
Yeah, I don't really like American Walmart.
Yeah, I miss Winco.
Yeah.
Winco was nice.
What are the top 3 worst media of NHL teams?
It used to be Vancouver. I wouldn't put Vancouver in that category now. To some extent, Toronto, because they do tend to tear things apart. The Rangers have their issues. And I'll say Montreal. I'll be right back.
Shannon's leaving. All right. So, hey guys, how's it going? Walmart, terrible quality. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't really go there. Oh, I missed the super chat. Okay, hold on. When he comes back, Lars, I see that. There's another one. The chickens in our yard. The chickens moved. No more chickens. Okay. Bertanen is a bust, Shannon. Just accept it.
I wouldn't say he's a bust. I don't, because he's shown flashes throughout. I think with Bertanen, I think coaching makes a difference, and that's nothing against Green. I don't think he's clicked yet. I think he may very well need to leave Vancouver in order to find that that next step, that next level. The next level's there. He has the talent. It's a matter of him having the work ethic to get there. Then that's the thing. You can't measure how a player's going to do in the National Hockey League when it comes to work ethic until they're there.
I think Marcus Hogberg is Ottawa's next number 1.
To me, Hogberg seems more like a placeholder than a number 1 guy of the future. I think that Murray they have there as the guy. So far, it's been kind of a mixed bag with Murray, but we'll see how he does. I'm pretty sure he's playing tonight. I don't think Hogberg's the next number 1 though.
Loving the balance in the Habs 4 lines. Do you think, barring injury, this is something the Habs can sustain?
Yes. That's the way that they're built. That's on purpose. It is always best to have multiple scoring lines going at the same time, because then a team can't shut you down. And I think it's some of the best depth Montreal's ever had. And it really helps that Suzuki and Kotkaniemi have both hit that next level at the same time.
Oh, American Costco. Yes, I do miss some things at American Costco.
Yes. I miss flavored sodas.
I know. Right? Yeah.
Because I can't eat chips anymore. So, my favorite thing was, different flavored sodas and then fun flavored chips. Well, I don't eat chips anymore.
Can't get fun flavored chips in the States, though. They're all sad.
No, I'm just saying
we
that
drive,
since I can't eat chips anymore, the fun flavored sodas was all I had left. And now those are, this is almost the last one. So, yeah.
Can I get Adelaide a Stanley Cup costume? Then she can at least be a ninja to the Leafs. Ha ha ha. That's funny. Okay.
She would totally wear that too.
She would. She's such a goofy girl. Her birthday's tomorrow. She's making sure everybody knows.
Did you pack what I got her?
I haven't packed anything yet. I need to. I know.
So we took our Christmas tree and we turned it into a birthday tree.
Yeah.
So we redecorated it for her birthday. We put Adelaide colors on it and balloons all over it. And it's got a stuffed animal at the top of it.
And tied a unicorn to the top.
So it's a birthday tree. So we're leaving all the Christmas stuff up because pandemic. So sure. And
so you can't do anything fun anyways.
Yeah. So it becomes a multi-use tree. And then after
Disneyland,
after that, she wants to make it hockey because my birthday's the next one up.
We're at the time of year that we have birthdays every 2 weeks in our house. So yeah.
That was funny too, because the other night she was talking about her birthday and I go, well, my birthday's coming up. No, it's not. Mine's first. I'm like, well, mine's coming up. No, it isn't. Mine's first. Okay.
It's what's important.
Mine's not coming up then. Never mind.
When do Rangers fans start to hit the panic button for the season? They haven't played well, but I feel they haven't played as bad as their record shows.
Yeah, last night against Pittsburgh, that was just unable to seal the deal, and Pittsburgh's been really good at comebacks this year. I think that for the Rangers, I don't think there's anything to worry about until maybe 15 games into the season. And then it's a matter of whether or not Gorton looks at that team and sees something that they're supposed to be that they're not. I'm going to be interested to see whether or not general managers view this season more as a tournament than a season, and they don't read into it as much as they otherwise would. But yeah, I would say about 15 games in, a lot of teams around the league then will be taking a look at things because the trade deadline is going to be upon us before we know it.
Shannon doesn't eat chips because he's trying to be semi-healthy. He's trying to keep his girlish figure.
Chips are too easy.
Nice.
So you get a bag of chips and you open them up and you're watching TV and then you look down and you go, hey, the bag's gone. That bag was all my calories for today.
And tomorrow.
That was, and I'm hungry. Damn it. So I try to make sure that I
don't buy them.
I don't buy them because they're a bad idea and they just disappear. And then I'm still hungry after. They don't fill you up, but they give you a lot of calories. So it's kind of a double whammy that way. Yeah, see, she's down here because you're down here.
When was the last time Montreal had a team this good?
I'll say like 2014 was the last time they got to like round 3. I would say around that. They've had some good teams. It really comes down to they're going to go as far as Carey Price will take them.
Right.
Look at that. She's even okay with me holding her up.
Is he
She's not happy.
you? Or?
She's not happy, but I brought her over to you, so she's okay with it.
This is my kitty baby. And she sits on my lap all the time. I sit down for a second. Okay. Do you think John Gibson deserves to be on a better team in front of him to get a better chance at Vezina and Stanley Cup?
Yes. Yeah, John Gibson is one of the best goaltenders in the league. His numbers last year were hurt because the team in front of him wasn't very good. And this year, yeah, he's willing them to victories.
Okay, hold on. I'm just making sure it didn't skip any other.
Yep.
Okay.
You got that one. Yep.
Okay. Thoughts on
Pius.
Okay. Pius Suter with his first career goal and a hat trick.
Looked very solid the last game. Clearly has chemistry with Patrick Kane. It'll be interesting to see how that goes because tomorrow night they're against Nashville, right? Yeah, they're in against Nashville. If they can keep that up, they could beat Nashville. They could end up being spoilers early on in the season. Hey, kitty. Did you wanna see Mom?
Is he being so mean to you? Oh my goodness.
Here you go.
She doesn't like being picked up. I respect her words. Shannon, not so much.
Yes, I do. I always put her down. She likes me. She purrs when I put her down. It's not like she hates me. She just doesn't like being picked up.
Okay. I'm convinced chips are laced with opioids. Could be.
They're just eat them and they're gone, and you're like, oh, and I'm still hungry. This sucks.
How long is mail taking from Vegas to Montreal? Oh,
weeks. Probably over a month.
Idea.
Probably over a month.
I know how long it takes for mail to get from
I've got
places in the States to Vancouver.
There's an Islanders jersey I ordered before Christmas that is just clearing customs now. So, and that came from, I want to say, Michigan. So yeah, it's taking a while. It is definitely taking a while.
It is. I have fabric that last was updated on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
It's in the States somewhere.
If it's coming from the US, I have no faith in it. Unless it's coming from Full Moon. For some reason, coming from Full Moon, they get here relatively quickly, but
yeah.
And they don't send it like express or anything. It's weird.
What jersey size are you?
I generally wear a 46. I can wear a 44. With the reverse retros, the logos are a bit smaller on the 44s, so I prefer the 46s.
Fit them better, but
I like breathing room. The 46 gives me nice breathing room. This is nice, which is good because these weren't cheap.
He likes his clothes all big and baggy.
Yeah, I do like baggy.
He does. Hey man, just wanted to say I really enjoy your content and love listening to you while I'm welding at work.
I just put you on audio.
That's honestly for the best. I don't translate well to video. I do have a face for radio. I've been told that for decades. That, you know, you go in and do a test and they go, wow, can we get you on the radio? We know we advertise for a TV position, but can we do just audio? Because this doesn't work. So yeah, I've heard that. I know on our first date, Yvonne even said, wow, you sound better on the phone.
Whatever, you don't ever talk on the phone.
Sent me outside so we could talk on the phone.
Crap up because
so we couldn't actually make direct eye contact.
Before we met, he wouldn't talk to me on the phone because Shannon doesn't talk on the phone.
I don't do that.
Ever.
Nope.
Ever. Nope. I can only remember once him calling me on the phone. Once.
The only people I answer the phone for are you or Michael Bublé. I will answer the phone for him.
That's true. Otherwise,
that's it.
His phone's ringing and he hands it to me. Somebody's calling me.
Yes, legit. Or if I have to call somebody, I get you to pretend you're me.
Which Shannon. I can, because Shannon. Yeah.
But yeah.
I do frequently
but
say,
I'm not going to be
Shannon.
a dick. If Michael's calling, I'm not going to be like, screw that. So I'll answer, but that's it. And I've always got the ringer turned off. So I have to be looking at the phone at the time.
So then he usually calls me.
Right. But that's it. Other than that, I don't.
No.
I'm like, oh God, there's a phone call.
Why is somebody calling me?
What in the hell is this? This is archaic. Somebody's from the 1940s or something. Why is there a phone call on my phone?
It's not what I used this for.
Monsters. At least I don't get those spam calls anymore. They must have got knocked off.
Stopped.
Yeah, they must have caught them.
That was annoying.
We were getting those spam calls where
they
would hide their number behind a local number. So you can't really block them. Then you're blocking out local numbers.
Your social insurance number is wanted by the magistrate. I don't think that's how it works.
If you don't want to go to federal court for my social insurance number.
What did my social insurance number do?
I'm guessing you call
been doing things that I didn't know.
You give them your social insurance number and they tell you if you've won a prize. I'm guessing it's identity theft.
That's so weird. That's not how social insurance numbers work. If the Habs are unable to win a cup in the next couple seasons, do you see Price moving teams in order to still have a shot?
I think if they don't win over the next couple seasons, I could see Montreal looking to get something for Price. Because at that stage and at that age and with a flat cap that's been going on too, I could see Montreal looking to make a move to get him into a position to win a Stanley Cup. I could see it being a mutual decision.
Did we see another Shannon workout video? No, I read that one. I went back to get one that I missed.
Workout video? Like
jazzercise. Shannon jazzercise.
Well, I did do the one video on the Entertainment Guy where it was on the treadmill.
Music that does.
I did the one on the treadmill the one time. Just to prove on the Entertainment Guy that I did the treadmill.
Actually run?
Yeah.
Because people think you make it up.
Made sure I wore the hat that time.
If you guys could see his legs, you wouldn't question it.
You laughed at me yesterday too when I put those jeans on.
Oh my gosh, his calves are ridiculous.
So my jeans fit. I go to put them on, and then as soon as they hit my calves, they go, no.
His calves are too big.
The jeans get smaller at the bottom, so I go to pull them on, fine, and then
oh my gosh, it's so funny.
It's not funny. It's sad.
What do you mean? No way, he's a small. What are you insinuating? Just saying. Shannon actually fits an extra small, but
I'm a 46.
That's so weird that people
get right in on that. Get right in on that. That's a 46. It's a 46. All my jerseys are 46s.
And it's all big on him.
I'm just gonna grab one of my others.
So weird.
Right here. That is a 46. Every jersey I wear is a 46. The only time I order a 50...
When he wears one that's bigger than that, it goes down to his knees.
The only time I order a 50 is if I'm not going to be sure if it's got the button on it. If you get a jersey with a button on it and it's a 46, the logo is comedically small. It's like the youth women's size logos.
Shannon has ridiculous calves. He has trouble with socks too.
I've ripped
calves
socks.
Are too big.
I've ripped socks, and you've laughed when I've done it.
His legs are too muscly.
Those were the socks your mom got me for Christmas that one year too.
It's so funny, but yeah.
I do 5 miles a day on the treadmill.
Biggest size jersey you own. Oh, don't you have? I know he has a
I
large.
replaced
Don't you
most
have?
of them.
He used to have an extra large because that was the only one he could find of a team, and I don't remember what it was. But when he'd wear it, it was kind of comical because it was huge.
I'll have to
And
move
yeah,
this.
it literally did go down to his knees, so it looked really funny. Do you have larges still? Don't you have a large?
Ones I haven't been able to replace yet.
Right. Any jersey sales going on right now? Well, if
Not
you want a
since the
Line A
season
jersey.
Yeah, traded players, but the
Mhm.
season has started, so most of the sales are done.
He's trying to find a big jersey.
Well, I know which one I'm looking for if I can find it.
Is that Fire Warm on the TV? I wish. Shannon never skips leg day.
Nope. Every day's leg day.
Yeah, Shannon's kind of muscly. Yeah. It's nice.
This
that's the one.
Replace.
This is the one. When he wears it, it's comical because it's so huge.
It's an XL.
It is so big on him.
And it legit goes to my knees.
It's like a hockey dress or like he's wearing his dad's jersey.
So when I wear it in a
his
video,
kid.
it looks fine when I wear it in a video, but it's down past
It's
my knees.
huge.
It is legit past my knees.
Makes
It's
him look
ridiculous.
like a little kid.
Wearing his dad's jersey to pretend he's a YouTuber. So
It's
this
funny.
is the one I've been trying to replace. This
Forever.
is so hard to find jerseys though. It is, and if I find them, they're like $400. It's ridiculous. This one is so hard to find. There was one I found too on eBay that's fake, and I could tell because this was all wrong.
Looked awful.
And the stitching up and around the neck was a dead
bad.
giveaway as well. And none of the pictures were straight on. So they'll take
Or
the picture, but they'll give you this
clear.
angle.
Or they'd be kind of blurry.
Or they'll give you like part of.
Here's
and
the
this
patch. It's blurry.
This patch was folded over. Notice you can't fold this patch.
Right.
And the patch was folded over on the one they had. So yeah, this is the biggest I have is extra large.
Oh, do muscly calves increase or decrease the rate of Charlie horses? Increase.
Oh God.
He gets bad Charlie horses. Yeah.
Just out of nowhere too. I'll just be, laying there in bed at night and all of a
he's
sudden,
like,
oh God. Oh, nope, seized up. Oh crap. It happens in the middle of the night too. This woke me up. Remember that one night I woke up, I was almost in tears.
Yeah.
I actually gave you my leg and said, please
Yes.
help.
Any doubt Calgary will be the most hated team in Canada? Well, if they didn't play like jerks. No, just kidding.
Toronto's always going to be up there, and it doesn't matter whether or not they have
Shrink
agitators.
it in the dryer. No.
It's just no.
That's a felt
No.
jersey. You can't put it in the dryer.
No.
Then
That's
it
not
looks
gonna happen.
sad.
That's not going to happen. That's right at the top of things that's not ever going to happen.
No.
But yeah, Toronto's going to be hated just because they're from Toronto.
Have you guys ever been to Newfoundland? We'd love to have you guys.
I lived in Newfoundland as a little kid. I haven't been in Newfoundland in a long time. Really want to go back there. I actually looked into it, I want to say 5 years ago. Could not find tickets for less than an arm and a leg. So I couldn't afford it. Because I have family in St. John's and really want to go down to St. John's and say them. And that's why I say St. John's, because that's how it's pronounced. Not St. John's. It's St. John's.
Ever been to PEI?
Nope. I just want to see Yvonne drive across the Confederate Bridge. I think that would be great. That bridge is huge. I think watching you drive across that would be amazing.
I'd rather not.
That'd be awesome.
No.
That'd be awesome. Just great.
Pass.
And I'd be like, hey, look, the ocean's right there. Look at the ocean.
Pass.
That'd be awesome.
Shannon's got all the accents. All the Canadian accents.
Well, Newfoundland, I'd have to have
family.
I got family there. So if I can't say Newfoundland and St. John's right, I'm in trouble.
Ever been to Montreal?
Nope. I want to go to Montreal though.
Which Letterkenny character do you identify with?
That's a good question. the awkwardness I can identify with Derry on some level.
See, that's what I would
Though
think
I didn't fight.
Derry.
I didn't fight like Derry does, but I definitely hung out like they do. Like the way they just sit in the front yard, I could totally see myself doing that as a teenager. We just didn't have a fruit stand. Yeah. I mean, I can identify with the Skids because I never did drugs, so that's not possible. I don't identify with any of them. Yeah, and I wasn't like the hockey players. I don't identify with those guys either.
Do you follow any other sports? Do you like or support the Raptors or the Blue Jays?
I ordered a Blue Jays jersey. Yvonne was very excited when she saw that.
No,
it's going to be here soon.
That's not how that went.
And
I said, no, Shannon, stop.
The reason being, I do want to cover the Jays this year. There's some excitement with the Jays, and I'd like to do like on the entertainment guy, not on here, but on the entertainment guy, I'd like to do like maybe weekly or daily looks at the Jays and their games and how they go, and just cover the Jays because baseball is a ridiculously long schedule. And there's a lot of teams, there's a lot to cover. So I'd like to just focus on the Jays and just see how that goes. Because I'm interested to see how they do this year. I really like what they've done.
I'm 4'8", about 145 centimeters. Should I try and find the smallest women's jersey or just take a kid's?
Depends on the brand.
It depends. Generally I would say go for a youth unless you want a current jersey, then that's a Fanatics, but so then I would go for the smallest regular one. So I'm 5'2", so a bit taller. So you guys are getting an idea of how tall Shannon is. So for me, I can wear either a youth jersey, a women's jersey, or the regular jersey.
Men's, you can take a 42, which is the extra small.
But it's long on me. So even that is long. But the women's jersey, they are cut women's. It's a women's cut. So it's more fitted. It is shorter, which I really like. So I like the women's jerseys, just not Fanatics because they're Fanatics. But they have a waist. And then there's the youth jerseys, which if you're looking at like the Reeboks, they're pretty nice. So if you're looking at the old jerseys, go for a youth jersey for that size. If you're looking at current, you might want to just do an Adidas and just get a 42, though it will be really long because they're really long on me. That's why I don't really like the Adidas. I wish they'd make Adidas women's, but they don't because women don't get nice things. So.
What if you had a Space Coyote?
I mean,
would that make you feel better? If you had a Space Coyote?
Whatever. This is what he does during the day. This really is. He'll put a jersey on and just come on. Yeah. It's just all the time. Always.
So, yeah, it's my Space Coyote. What of it? You just wish you had a Space Coyote. Hi. Hey. Yeah, it's a Space Coyote.
See if I see
Back
what?
away.
What are you waiting to see if I see, Lars? I don't know. How long do you expect Montreal to stay this good?
Well, they're going to lose a game in regulation at some point. I like their chances of making the playoffs right now. I think that at the very least they have 9 games against Vancouver, so there's 6 left, and they took 5 points in those 3 games against Vancouver. If they can take say 10 points in the other 6, they have an excellent chance. They have the manpower to keep this up as long as their defense holds.
Gary Bettman says I need a Nashville jersey for my birthday. I don't.
I have tried. I have tried to get her Nashville stuff, and she said no. I have tried.
He's also offered Penguins,
Islanders,
Flyers. Yeah, Flyers was the most recent, I think.
I was going to get you that women's, the pink one, the pink and white
jerseys are stupid.
So I was going to get her the pink and white. It's like the weird.
They have the dumb neckline that looks like weird, those infant shirts.
Yeah, they're great.
So you can get I was going to get
her like Buffalo and Philly and all those in that, and she said no. So she's just impossible.
Will the NHL have normal division next season?
Yes. The divisions as we see it right now, this is just for this year. By the time we hit next season, the border will be open. They'll be doing 82 games. we're
Wouldn't it
just
be
going to have
nice
to
if the
sit tight.
border was open?
Yeah, we just sit tight. The border will open up. I'll say 3 months from now. I've said April. I'm going to stick with April.
Okay, I think I got all the super chats. I think
Caught up.
I think so. Okay, hold on.
Good job.
Oh, Shadow. Why is Shadow sad? This
That's not
Shadow,
allowed.
not Cat Shadow. When are our birthdays?
Mine's in almost the middle of February. And hers
February.
is March.
I can rock a mustard yellow Nashville jersey. I
Gotta-
can't. No, I can't do it.
Because I can't mix your birthday up
Might
with.
burn. So
if I mix your
don't
birthday
think
up
I
with-
can.
Then I get in trouble. So I have to make sure. Your birthday up.
Excuse me?
Just your birthday's close
Pardon
to
me?
a different birthday.
Gabriel's birthday? I know. My birthday.
Yeah, that's it.
My
That's it.
birthday's 10 days after Gabriel's birthday.
That's it. Yeah, that's the one.
Do you guys like poutine? Who doesn't like poutine?
Of course. And
Did
and
I
the
miss
standard regular. What did you do?
They're saying I missed one more.
Why did you miss one?
Oh,
Oh,
yep,
see,
right
there you
there. Favorite or least favorite team goal song? I know what my least favorite is. How about goal song power ranking? My least favorite is the Leafs song. That was terrible.
That's that one. Yeah, huh?
My Canucks would be in the middle.
Yeah, I wish they'd go back to holiday. I really
Yes.
wish Vancouver go back to holiday. The best one is Chelsea Dagger because it aggravates people. And it aggravates people in a good way. It is the best one. My favorite though might be Zombie Nation, Boston Bruins. I might crank that and I might kind of
phone.
playoff time. I might crank
Totally
that.
does.
And then after they win, that's when Shipping Up to Boston gets played. And that's how you know Boston won because I cranked Shipping Up to Boston.
Yeah, the kids, even if we're watching
I've done it for over a decade. Over a decade, I will crank Shipping Up to Boston if they win the game. And I will crank Zombie Nation if they're winning and they're getting goals. I will not do it on every goal because if you show off too early, you will lose.
Shannon keeps distracting Yvonne. It's all Shannon's fault. I know, right? This is what he does all day. He's just such a goof all the time. Poutine is the best. Oh, Shannon! Oh! Ugh. Social distancing. 2 meters. You guys see what I have to put up with?
Oh, that was great.
4 kids. My goodness. At least the other ones don't lick me.
Notice the cats don't even
Of course,
react.
the other kids are elbow.
Cats don't even react.
I bumped the thing.
Why'd you bump it?
Shannon's a lucky woman.
I got a lot of shaving to do. I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh.
Are the Canucks using the skate jersey this season? It's not a wet willy if you
I don't
use
know.
your tongue.
I don't know.
Just
I don't know
saying.
if it's flirting. Yeah, I don't know if they're using the skate because they used the
No.
throwback. They used the heritage
Those are
one
gross.
the other night. They're using the retro reverse. If they use the skate too, that's 5 different jerseys they're wearing. I wouldn't be surprised because the NHL wants to make money off jerseys, but I don't think they're wearing the skate this year. We'll see.
What about red velvet cupcakes?
Those sound delicious. Yes,
I
please.
know. I
Thank
made
you.
mincemeat tarts yesterday,
Ugh.
though, and they're fantastic. Don't listen to Shannon.
They're fantastic
They're
because nobody else will
great.
eat them.
Whatever, Adelaide loves them.
Nobody else will eat them. That's why you love them
They're great.
because they're all yours.
It is a bonus. Adelaide loves them. So, should Rangers fans be worried about the team's slow start and the Frenier's slow start?
No. I think with the Rangers, it's been a retool. I think if they did well this year and they made the playoffs, great. With the setup, with the whole tournament setup for the season, I don't think there's a lot of panic. There won't be any panic about Lafreniere. I do think that he's going to get bumped down to a lower line. They're going to want to generate more offense than what's been showed with him right now, and they're going to want to get Zibanejad going. But I don't think there's any panic right now.
Shannon pulled a Marchand. Well, there was way more tongue involved in the Marchand one.
Yeah,
that was a lot more tongue.
because I really didn't want to get hit, so I knew you just got to be very careful about that.
Yes. I know how to defend myself.
She has a reflexive reaction, and so yeah.
I know where the kidneys are.
This is true.
Thoughts on NBC Sports shutting down?
I did a video on that today. It's not a concern, I wouldn't think, for the NHL. The plan is to take the programming, move most of it to the USA network, and have it on both networks as well. But they're shutting it down at the end of 2021. The NHL contract is up at the end of this season, which is in the middle of 2021. There's lots of time for them to figure this out and to decide which network it's going to be on next season. But it's probably going to be multiple networks that get awarded the broadcasting rights.
My dad always has to have mincemeat tarts for Christmas. I know, as they were cooking yesterday, I kept telling the kids, it smells like Christmas.
Ugh.
It's great.
No.
They taste like Christmas.
They don't.
Fantastic. He doesn't know what he's talking about, so don't listen to him.
I know what I'm talking about.
He does not. Clearly does not.
I do.
Just watched your 500 subs video. I almost cried. Keep it up. That's still up?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it's one of the earlier videos.
Yeah, a lot of the old videos are deleted.
Yeah.
Dallas has planned to retire Zubov's jersey this season. I've not heard anything about it. Do you think it's likely delayed till next year?
It's possible because there aren't enough fans in attendance. Dallas has some, but they may delay it until we get a full attendance. But I know they're supposed to retire the number. A lot of things like that may get delayed. Like Tampa Bay hasn't put the actual banner completely up in the rafters. They've got it kind of halfway up. They want to completely put it in the rafters when they've got fans in attendance.
What do the Canucks have to do to improve their defense? Is it getting a new strategy or making some trades?
It's getting the players to buy in and play as a unit. And it's not just the defense either. Goaltending's been a problem. Their transition game's been a problem. There's kind of a little bit of everything has gone wrong for Vancouver so far. And it's just going to take time. I don't think there's going to be trades going on because they have zero cap space for that.
You guys are funny.
Okay, so Wet Willie is
No,
this.
No,
I'm just going to show the difference.
No, we're not showing the difference.
But I need to educate
2
people.
meters.
You're saying that while you stick your hand on my
2
face without
meters.
a sense of irony.
2 meters.
Without a sense of irony.
2 meters.
Okay, so...
Okay. Fox Sports for the next national contract.
Well, it would just be Fox. The Fox Sports networks are regional. They're owned by Sinclair's. Fox, which is owned by Disney, that would be a national. And if they paired up with Disney, you've got yourself a pretty good way to promote yourself. Oh God, they bring the Mighty Ducks into it.
Ooh, Mighty Ducks! Woohoo!
Oh God, I'm gonna hyperventilate. Oh God. Oh no.
Okay.
We'd have Emilio Estevez night, wouldn't we? Oh God. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Does Elias Pettersson's slow start concern you?
No, because he's getting it together. Pettersson will be okay. Got a goal in the last game. He'll be all right. I would look for his production to start ramping up. Probably this next 3-game set against Ottawa should help.
Super chats. It's Shannon's
What are you
fault.
missing?
He's not social
you already
distancing
got that one.
properly.
You got that one.
I got that. I think I'm caught up. Right?
Yep. Looks like it.
It is Shannon's fault though. Would Shannon want an Idaho Steelheads jersey to add to the collection?
That'd be fun.
Does Shannon want this jersey to add to his collection? The answer is yeah.
I'm really thinking about that Tacoma one too. Remember I showed you that Tacoma one, the Sabertooths? Because I looked them up and they existed for I think it's a 5-year period.
Yeah.
From 97 till 2002. And those jerseys are really hard to find. So I'm thinking about picking that up because that'd be amazing. That'd be one of those ones that I'd wear to a meetup and people are like, what is that? The problem is I don't have a hat that matches it. Right. And I don't think that'd be easy to find.
It's a problem.
So I'd have to get Mariners gear because Seattle and Tacoma are basically the same place.
Okay. No.
They are.
Why did the Mighty Ducks change their name?
Just to... I think a lot of it had to do with it was new ownership and they wanted a more, I think, serious look. And they went too far. They didn't even have a logo that first year, where it was just the word mark. Nothing there. It's just the word mark. But I think it was to have a more serious looking team. And I do still think that their home and away jerseys are really, really nice. I think the Mighty Ducks throwbacks should be kept for special nights and for third jersey. I really like their home and away. I think they're actually quite nice.
Who is Shannon picking for the Super Bowl?
Chiefs. Seeing the way that they destroyed Buffalo yesterday, and I really think that with Green Bay, they kind of screwed themselves. What are you doing going for a field goal there? You've got Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks of the last 20 years, and you're kicking a field goal. I even tried to explain it to her after. Like, I don't understand what Green Bay was doing there. I don't think the Chiefs are going to make those same mistakes.
Lisa's not the one giving everybody timeouts, so you don't have to blame her for everything.
It's me. I'm doing it via psychic ability.
She's not the only one that times out people. So,
and every time she gets
there
blamed,
you go.
Every time she gets blamed, I give her a raise of like 5%. So it's an extra 5% every time she gets blamed.
There you go. Shadow, I gave you the timeout. I don't deal with people's crap as others do.
See, and Shadow
knows
Shadow's been paid
well.
Shadow's been paid really well. But the blood sacrifice, you're behind on the blood sacrifices. I just have to say that was
the apocalypse.
They're sad looking goats, Yvonne. They are sad looking goats. He can feed the goats before he makes the sacrifice.
We haven't seen
We're not
Shadow
asking
since,
for a lot.
Boxing Day last year.
I know. But he can at least make a good sacrifice, even if it's over Zoom.
Right?
Of course he misses us. We miss
I
people.
know.
I've been talking to a bobblehead today. I clearly miss people.
Shannon. Right.
My Bobby Brock Besser.
Okay. Double the Monpay. There you go. Are you rooting for the Bucks?
Yes. Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time. This is his 10th Super Bowl. I'm rooting for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay had a rough year last year because Jameis Winston, not a great quarterback, threw way too many picks. Now they got a quarterback. I'd love to see them win it.
Yes, I miss you guys so much. I'm overdoing blood payments. Can I pay in installments? See, there's people that are new to the live streams that are like, what are they talking about?
Maybe. We'll see.
We have kids. We do have kids. Sometimes you can hear them thumping in the background, yelling at each other in the background.
And then it's more disturbing when there's no noise in the background because you wonder what are they doing. And then sometimes you get a fire alarm.
In videos, generally not.
That was a Patreon live stream, wasn't it? With the fire alarm?
It was a Patreon live stream when they set off the fire alarm.
And I didn't move.
When we used to have the meetups, they were frequently in there because they'd play hockey with us.
Yep. At least at the
beginning. Other channel, and then they usually wander off.
Yep.
The other channel, there's more videos with the kids in them.
Yeah, with Frankie the Flag one with that.
Yeah, we definitely have kids.
Do I have to do one of those tomorrow then?
Oh, yeah.
There's only 2 though.
Yeah. It's true. She asked me about Frankie the other day too.
She told me.
And I said, I don't know. You'd have to talk to Shannon about it.
Oh, okay, because that's when she came down and asked me then.
She was asking me about Frankie. And I was
telling me that he could come on July 1st.
Talking to Shannon.
That if he wanted to come for July 1st, that'd be okay.
Okay. Mahomes is amazing, and I'm tired of seeing Brady in the
Super Bowl.
Oh, Super Bowl.
Mahomes is amazing. Mahomes, they're probably going to win it, but I would love to see the Bucks. Because yes, I was tired of the Patriots, but Brady, it's a good story. It's a really good story if he can get a Super Bowl with a different team.
Okay. Wow. Seeing a host of a stream liking the idea of Brady winning his lucky number 7.
Yeah, he's the greatest of all time, and I still see this debate. People going, no, it's Joe Montana. Montana could not lead other teams to the Super Bowl. Montana had the best wide receivers and Robert Taylor. Anyways, one of the best running backs as well. They had and their defense was really good, and their West Coast offense was fantastic. And then Steve Young went in after, and they won championships with Steve Young as well. So while Montana would be number 2 for me, there are reasons why I think Brady's been the best. You look at the receivers he had in New England. I don't think they were at the same level as what Montana had with a guy like Jerry Rice. He had multiple great receivers though. So yeah, for me, that's my 1-2.
Thoughts on the Devils so far this year?
Very competitive, very good. Wedgwood looked excellent last night. Tomorrow night, they're at home against the Flyers. That's going to be interesting because it feels like the Flyers are kind of dropping down and New Jersey's coming up. We'll see how it turns out tomorrow.
A bunch of football-y questions.
Oh, okay.
People want to know about football and football.
The Bucks defense, we'll see how the Bucks defense does against Mahomes. That's your tilt. If they can shut down Mahomes on any level, they're good, but it is really hard to shut him down. He showed that yesterday against Buffalo.
What's your opinion on New Jersey so far this year? Who do you see leaving the lineup when they get Nico back? Do you see them as a team that will be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline?
It will be interesting to see who comes out when Heischer comes back because it's been a pretty good bunch. I would guess Bastian, just because I would guess Bastian, but they will probably still find themselves as sellers at the deadline because there's going to be a number of buyers, and I think there's some pieces they have there that they might be able to acquire more future assets for. The trade deadline is going to be fascinating because this year's draft picks are probably going to be worth less than usual. Might be easier to get a first than it normally is.
Do you think they'll have 82 games for next year?
The plan is to have 82 games next year. That's why this year is shorter, and they want to make sure that it ends July 9th. So if they end up having to cancel some games because of outbreaks and whatnot, they're fine with that. The season has to end July 9th, so they can have a season start in early October. And then the Olympic stoppage is probably going to happen in February as well. And they want to have a full 82-game schedule to get back to making money again.
Thoughts on the new Caps third jersey? I'm a Caps fan, and I think they are hideous.
I think they're okay. I mean, I prefer the reverse retro, obviously, but it's something different. It's completely different than the reverse retro, and it's completely different than the regular jerseys. I always think that it's nice when a team does something completely different with something like that.
Tested positive for pneumonia, which is only good because I tested negative for COVID. Thanks for your videos. Really good work. Love Montana candy story.
Yeah, with that, rest, fluids, all that kind of stuff. Pneumonia is rough.
Awful.
Pneumonia is really, really rough. And it's just rest and fluids.
Lots of tea.
That's it.
That's my recommendation for pneumonia.
I've known people that I worked with who tried to come to work with pneumonia.
Oh my gosh, you can't.
And I was working in a fridge. So I'm like, you're going to work in a cold environment with pneumonia?
Hurts.
And so their lungs would be, killing them. I'm like, yeah, you got to get out of here.
It hurts. Drink
and
a lot
then you
of
might
hot
have
tea.
a boss. You might have a boss saying, well, we need them. No, you don't. He's going to drop. He's going to end up in the hospital. No, just let him go home.
How do you feel about the Bruins bringing back the meth bear?
You know what? I like their reverse retro. I think it's nice. I think it's interesting that they outlined the teeth, which they didn't. They didn't outline on the original jerseys. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's kind of nice, and I think the jersey in general is nice, and it's different. They did do something different.
How have you felt about Justin Hull this season? He's been looking great for Toronto. Will you do a video on the start of Toronto's season?
At some point, yes. There's going to be videos done on various teams throughout the year, and at some point there'll be Toronto as well. Anyways, we should get going because the game starts in a couple.
I saw that.
And
somebody wants to know Shadow wants to know about your Horvat jersey.
Oh,
I did not sew the patch on.
The Horvat jersey, there's an interesting story with this. So they've had this big sale right on the players who got traded. And so I bought a Stetcher on the website. It's like half price. So they emailed me and they said, we're sorry. We don't actually have the Stetcher. We're sold out. So we'll give you 20% off on your next jersey. So I immediately went, 20% off on a jersey. I'm going to get 20% off on a jersey I otherwise wouldn't be getting. And it's not like there's anything else Canuck related I don't already have. So I jumped on the reverse retro Bo Horvat right away. And
did, and he was all giggly about it.
Yeah,
and
because I was like,
it's
so
just-
the money that went to the first was going to this one because they gave me a refund, and then and now they gave me extra
he's
posters
all giggly.
because I was completely
Such a
fine with
dork.
it, and they
Yeah.
probably know who it's going to. And I had extra pictures that I brought back when they sent me the wrong ones, and I could have sold them for a lot of money, and I didn't. So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
that was kind of fun. I'm kind of excited about that.
I have a cough, but I'm drinking lots of liquids, including neocitrin. Oh, that stuff is got antibiotics as well.
Works though.
Yeah.
Anyways, we should go though because the game's starting in a couple. But everybody, thank you for coming out.
Yep.
We're gonna do the Patreon and live stream, Patreon and
Live.
members live stream tomorrow.
Yes.
That'll be before all the game craziness starts.
We have to finish the live stream
So-
because the game's going to start. And Shannon has to watch
Yes.
the game. We can't have the game
Yes.
on while we have the live
Yes.
stream on.
But since you're a member,
Can't
you
do
can
that.
come out for the next one tomorrow, which will be earlier in the day. And I'm thinking around probably 1 o'clock Pacific, which is 4 o'clock Eastern, and we'll get her going then. But hey, thanks guys for coming out and enjoy the game tonight, Vancouver and Ottawa. I intend to enjoy it myself. So thanks for coming out.
You want me to end it?
Go ahead. You can see that right there. There you go. Bingo. Thanks for coming out.